In the world of sales, in the world of business, why is it that people hate closers? This is an important question. I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about closers. Now here's the thing. You may not realize this, but closers have developed skills and a lot of them speak their mind freely. And you know, there's a lot of people who are scared to say what's going on in their head. And you're going to find that closers can push the boundaries and say things because they know that they can get away with them. So you are going to find that most closers have this ability to walk into a room, say what other people can't say, and do what other people can't do, and walk out with a check, and people are like, what just happened? So why people hate closers is because they speak their mind freely and get away with it. And you're thinking like, Scott, really, does that happen? I'm like, think of a closer that you know. I got a closer in my mind. I know this guy pretty well. Cool dude, awesome salesperson, fantastic at what he does. And because of all the things that went on in his life, he just says what he's thinking and nobody gets mad. Right? Nobody gets mad at this guy. Nobody ever gets mad at this guy. He just says what's going on and he's just very blunt about it. Like there's no extra emphasis on the vocal pitch and tone. He just says it and people are like, wow, this guy's got nerves of steel. He's going to say what he needs to say and that's it. And that freaks people out because most people, like think about it, in your life, who do you know that's willing to come to you and just say what they're thinking? Not very many people. So this freaks people out. It's one of the reasons why people hate closers. Is because most closers who are good at what they do, they don't care. If they're in a room, they're going to say what they're thinking and deal with the repercussions and work around them, and everybody, for the most part, is going to be happy. There could be some upset people. That does happen. That does occasionally happen. But closers have no problem. So here's the thing. In the box down below, if you know a closer that has no problem saying what they're thinking, make a note. Like I know a closer, and this guy or this girl says whatever they're thinking, and everybody laughs, ha ha ha, and has fun, or they don't even react to it. Right? And so this is one of the things that in your normal vocal pitch and in your range, you got to get used to saying the difficult thing with a straight face, with confidence, and deliver it and tell people what you're thinking. Like, you know, people ask me a question and I warn them. And I let you know very upfront, I do not sugarcoat. If you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer and I'm going to give you some pushback and you may not like it. I'm going to give you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And anytime that I sit down with a business owner or a buyer, I warn them. I'm like, hey, look. When we go through this process, there's a couple things you need to know. I say what I'm thinking and I deal with the repercussions later. So you're going to find that this is a trait that closers have. And the reason is because most people in a sales presentation, they wander. Like, you know, if there was a roadmap for the way that most sales processes, you would be like, oh my goodness, this is a crazy map. So in the early 90s, when they used to throw raves, they would give you a crazy map to go to the rave, and you would have to try to figure out the clues. And this is the way that most sales presentations are. Most salespeople wander through the woods, and then they get to the end, and they look at the buyer, and they just look at him, right? And the buyer's like, I don't know what to do, right? But I'm going to promise you, a closer will go through, they'll say what needs to be said, they'll ask for the business, and they'll be good to go. That's why people hate closers. So you got one thing to do from here. Just one thing. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says Scott Sylvan Bell sent out a video for Scott Bell Consultant. You should watch it, which you should. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.